There you go. There you go.
All right. Welcome to the DZPD's weekly build stream, week 10. Week
Week
10.
10. That's right.
We've made
Two and
it.
a
We
half.
finally arrived,
2.5
Negan.
months. That's right. It's a double
10
digit time.
months.
That's when we're big boys now.
Yep, 10 streams. So there you go. Um, so tonight we're going to play a game. Before I do, I'm going to introduce us. This is the guy with the funny hat, the big hat that's funny, is the golden voice of gaming, Negan Killjoy. There it is.
That's right. That's right. Negan's kicking it in DC.
Where's your soda, Negan? Your
Oh, yeah,
soda.
that's right. It's super hot out here. Ooh, all right. Let's take care of that. I feel much better
Crack
now.
that soda. What kind of
That's right.
soda are you drinking tonight, Negan?
It's a
Soda.
Kolsch style. It's a Kolsch style soda tonight.
It's a Cole style soda tonight, huh? Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. Almost
And
as
I am
colorful as your
gamer.
particular outfit. Speaking of gamers and gamer
Yeah,
tags,
you like
Mr.
that?
Burt Reynolds. Yeah.
Mr. Burt Reynolds. There's the that's one of the cash shaders that you get. Look at me with my desk terminology. What do they call them in this game? Skins?
Apparel.
Skins?
Apparels.
Shaders? Whatever.
Apparel skins. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's just mix the games up. No problem. No problem at all.
Yeah, whatever.
Heat-
It's all the same.
What are the heat waves, right?
Shader, skin. This is Heatwave. Yeah, it's what was this? It's a rather festive one. Bermuda.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
there we go. Very summer. Look, I've got an ACR. I'm not using my normal P416.
Okay, things are getting out of control now. We're drinking sodas.
Control.
You're looking like a rainbow. I got hats on, and you're using ACR.
Yeah, there we
There you
go.
go. There you go.
Feeling
Nice.
sassy tonight. I'm feeling sassy
Good.
tonight because we're actually not going to cover a build tonight. We did this I think in week 5, so I think it's been 5 weeks. We did a game, and we're going to play that same game again tonight. The game, Negan, is what?
Can I get an upgrade?
Can I get an upgrade? Yeah.
The
So we're going to play
rules
Can I
and
Get an
points are
Upgrade?
simple. Rules and points are
Yes,
simple.
they are.
Here's what Bert's going to talk to us right now about them. Here we go.
So as you can see, we've got our loadouts. I believe Negan probably has 6 full loadouts. I have 6 full loadouts as well. Look, my magazine disappeared from my gun. Um, so we each have 6 loadouts, and we're going to go out into the wild. We're going to do a new, different section of cash farming than we did last time. Last time we did the very upper northwest corner of the map. This time we're going to do the southwest corner of the map. We're farming the orange gear crates that are found in the wild, and if you get a piece, gun, armor, mod, that is an upgrade to any of your builds, you get a point. If you do not, at each cash box, you do not get an upgrade, the game gets a point. We're going to assume, based on what we saw last time, that the game is going to win. But you never know.
There's always a chance. If we end up with 1 point, we're happy campers. That's what the last time we played this taught us.
That's
At
true.
1 point.
We
feel good about life with 1 point.
1 point's actually pretty good. Yeah. What we don't want to end up with is 0 points, and so we're gonna test it out again, and we'll see if either one of us can get an upgrade. So I'm gonna jump down to the shop in Southwest. I think that's West Potomac. Start this part of cash run. We're just sometimes we would hit an under. And yeah, see if we can get an upgrade.
You know, we joked about it, but the best way to get an upgrade this week is to do what? Where are you going to go shopping?
So, I was going to save that for the end. Where am I
For the
going to go
end?
shopping? No, we'll show it now. So if you wanted an upgrade this week, I'll show you. Actually, I got an upgrade today. I shouldn't let that out of the bag. But if you need a reliable upgrade, unfortunately, the place to get that is to get this chest, which you can see has 15% weapon damage on it. You get this particular upgrade by dropping out of your current level 30 clan and going and finding a level 17 to 20 clan that's open that you can join, and then going to their clan vendor. Sad state of affairs, Negan Killjoy. The best way to get an upgrade is to leave your clan and go get it from some other low-level clan. However, another good way to get an upgrade, you can see here I have a 16% weapon damage chest that I got just picking up my loot from the Dark Zone. So you don't even have to play the game. You can just log in for like 3 minutes and run into the Dark Zone real quick and grab your daily Dark Zone drop and make an upgrade that way. Playing the game is not required to get an upgrade.
Playing the game. It's just playing the system more than anything else these days, sometimes it feels like.
Yeah. Playing the game may be your worst opportunity to get an upgrade. Certainly doing harder in no way guarantees you an upgrade. And yeah, so there's that. So pro tip for the week, dump your really good clan, spend a bunch of time leveling up, go find a low level clan that doesn't care, and will let you in regardless of who you are, and they will reward you with a level 15 chess piece. And then become real nice and ask real nice, maybe your original clan will let you back in.
Ideally, that's
and
the
maybe
plan. Your original clan does let you back in. That's the key to all this. You leave, and your clan's nice enough to let you back in.
And maybe, just maybe, if your clan's really nice, they'll turn you from a agent to a lieutenant in the clan when you come back, just because they think you're such a boss.
Nice. Is that what happened, huh?
That may have happened.
Dang. I even offered him pizza and stuff, and nothing happened like that, I don't think.
No, you originally offered donuts and coffee, Negan, and that showed that you did not actually know Rep.
What people really wanted. Like pizza. Well, then I came back. I did in our clan. I did return later, and I did offer cookie pizza because I wanted to, to share with other people.
By then, it's too late, Negan. You either know it the first time or you don't.
Damn it. My bad. Absolutely.
Pretty sure Rep is feeling unknown by you.
Yeah.
So, there we go. First box and first cash, and I am losing 0.
Well, I got 36,
Game gets
36 DTE and destructive for a mask.
Is that an
Pokeballs
upgrade?
And stuff. That's if I go on a Pokeball build, it could be. Absolutely.
Is it an upgrade to a build that you have today?
Oh well. In that case, no. I don't get a point yet. I get a future point. I'm stocking this one. It's like a dividend. That's what I'm doing here.
We'll goose egg both sides on that one. We'll call that one a draw.
Okay,
You got a usable piece, just not in any actual build you have.
No, because I keep putting that skill build together that everybody talks about that you were talking about a couple weeks ago. 2 different skill builds. And
but
then
I'm
our friend
now.
Yep.
But see, that even if you drop that piece for me, that wouldn't be an upgrade. I don't think.
Whoa.
I'm gonna guess not.
No, probably not. It's only 36 GT. I did. You ran past them all.
Did you start a fight? Why did you start a fight? We're here to farm gear, man.
Farm away.
We're not here to.
Oh, see what you did? You ran by so fast they didn't even notice you. See, there you go.
Oh man, now you did it. You stirred up the whole place.
Yep. And I got somebody over here who put up a turret. I know how you feel about turrets. So this is actually the other side of this. Is I'm getting more
I can't take you anywhere.
You can't. You absolutely can't.
Come on here to farm caches, and now we're fighting a bunch of red bar enemies.
Again, let's put fighting in perspective here. Your Pokeballs took out how many in that run? Right there?
I don't know. Probably a few. I quit counting.
Okay.
Back
to what we're doing.
Back to what we were doing. All right. So next box is gonna be over here on me. It's not a cache, just a box. Oh, I already picked it up. I didn't get an upgrade there either.
Okay. So far, we're at what, 3-0?
Yeah. Well, no, you're at 2 because you did get a usable piece. I'm at 3-0. I didn't get a usable piece.
Now, talking about, we joked a little bit. It was a little bit of a joke, but I mean, obviously, the clan vendors is a weird place right now, and it sounds like I was reading on Reddit and stuff like that that Massive is kind of admitted that's an issue. That's what's happening in the way they're doing this stuff. Is that true or not? Is that what you've been reading as well? They're trying to fix
That
it, but
is,
it may
well,
not.
I think we knew it was always true.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason, I mean, basically, when the accidental we talked before about gear economies, right? So, like, if you think about a gear as having 100 points, um, and some of those points are going to get taken up by armor, the inherent armor roll, not a plus armor roll, the inherent like armor of the gear. If you look on my screen, it would be the big number there, armor 21.4K.
Yeah, a lot of
So
people
some
refer to
of
that as a
your
native.
native armor, yeah. The stat economy, some of it's getting used up by that. So let's say again you had 100 points, and that's just arbitrary. It's not 100 points, but let's say it was. And then you have your talent. Your talent takes up a set number of points. Like let's say it takes up 20 points always, one talent. So gear that has more than one talent, I'm looking at you, Fenris, loses 40 points because it has two talents. And on the chest, at least on the chest and the knees. And then each attribute has a point value associated with it, and it's in a range. So if it's between this and this, it's this many points. If it's this and this, it's this many points. And then the mod slots take up points. So one mod slot might take up 5 points, and two takes up 10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's an example of what that economy would look like. And what they've accidentally created is a scenario where two things are true. If you're going to min-max gear and you need stuff with really high stats, there's a couple brands that are always going to win. And that is Araldi, and that is, what's the other one? I don't remember the name of it now.
Alps.
Alps Summit, and Araldi, because they have less attributes. So the economy of them, those remaining attributes are always going to be higher. And they set up another accidental scenario, which is lower level gear, because it always has lower inherent native armor roll, is going to have better stats on it. So what you end up with is this week where a lower level vendor selling a very low 473 that have terrible rolls on it except for the weapon damage is the best piece of gear you'll get this week. That's totally broken. It's not. They've admitted as much, like, hey, that's not what we meant to have happen. But that doesn't really help. And actually, the not upgrade I just got illustrates this perfectly. So Petrov is the opposite of Alps or Araldi, in that it has the most attributes. It and Badger Tough have the most. Yep. And so what you see is that you're going to have generally pretty mediocre, if not bad, rolls. Now, the difference between it and Badger Tough, occasionally you get a Badger Tough piece that has a really good roll on it. I've seen a DT, I got a 43% DT mask that is Badger Tough. And I saw somebody on Reddit got one with like 51. The reason for that being is that it loses nothing to the economy for talents. Badger Tough has no talents, ever. So it does sometimes come out with like one good roll, but every other roll on it's going to be awful. Talent except for the holster, is a lot of attributes and a talent, and so it's almost all have terrible rolls on it. And as was I went to go roll one of those beautiful 15% chess pieces onto my Petrov chest, and it's capped at 14. So there's no real point in wasting 15 chess piece on a 1-point upgrade. And that's because it has so many. So even when you're re-rolling, there is still that stat economy present. And so like you can't. They loosened it with re-rolls, but you still can't roll anything you want onto a piece, and it has a max that it can handle. So that one of those maxes. And yeah, so it's not great, right?
Doesn't make you feel good. And as a player and literally playing a looter shooter, they've kind of messed up a little bit on the looter portion of it. They got the shooter part down for the most part. They got the skill part now. Got that dialed in pretty well. But yeah, the looter part, which, speaking of Reddit, speaking of looter shooter and stuff like that, I don't know where you're going next. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think they're going to try and address it, I believe. It's their plan.
Right, because I saw they're doing a whole thing on the official Reddit where they have a big old pinned mega thread, as they call it, where they're asking for people's feedback on, what is it, how is it, how do you feel about it, how do you think it can be improved, and stuff like that. So they are, in some aspect, and they did this with Div 1, they were trying to listen to the community a little bit, trying to get some ideas. So they are putting it out there. They're talking about the loot portion of it. I think somebody's referring to it as Loot 2.0 or something like that.
Which is a term they're from Diablo 3. But yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Loot 2.0 was a Diablo thing. But yeah, I mean, that is exactly what they're calling it. That's not what Massive's calling it. It's what the community started calling it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are talking about
All right, we're going to fast travel back to the shop, just so you know.
Yep, following you. Oh, good. A lot of bad guys over there. You're actually going to make me thread a needle again? That doesn't work out well. You know that, right?
I'm fast traveling. I said fast traveling back to the shop.
But we're going to go from there someplace, my guess is. You're going to leave the shop, aren't you?
So, yes.
You're making life difficult. You're challenging me today. I like it. Don't shoot things.
Actually, we're going to go up these stairs. Don't sneak around. This is more effective when you move quick.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's actually a chest right here. Not an upgrade. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's the hot topic. My fear is that by the time they get around to addressing it, there won't be a lot of people left. And the game is definitely experiencing some player attrition. And we booted this up last night to do a little doing last night. Negan? Why do I not?
Doing the bounties? Doing bounties?
Oh, we were doing the bounties. Yeah, bounties. And we'd been playing Destiny all week. So, it's not that that's a bad thing. I think it's good to mix it up. I don't think you should get so into one game that you don't play anything else. But I have noticed longer load times, or matchmaking times at least, and I think there are a lot of people who are checking out other stuff. And again, competitive market. We got Borderlands right around the corner. We got Ghost Recon right after it. Destiny's got their update coming in October, although that sounds super grindy. And I don't that game's already too grindy. I don't think I need a deeper grind than they already have. But
right.
Obviously there's other stuff, and then if they don't fix this quick, people are going to be gone and they're going to find something else. My opinion.
And while you were talking, I actually got myself an upgraded gun. Got an
Did
AKM
you? You got
with
an upgrade.
yep. I got an upgrade, so we're actually giving me a legit point, not a push point or a anything like that. It's a
You're
legit
not
point.
getting a
Actually, almost
you're not getting a tie. You're getting a
I'm
legitimate.
getting an upgrade.
So
Yeah, it's almost a
I got a piece
2000K
that's
better.
not an upgrade, but I could maybe use it in a pinch. But it's not an upgrade because I have a piece I think of at least equal, if not slightly better value to it. So still not an upgrade. I mean, I could bend it and call it an equal maybe. No upgrade for me yet. But I did get an upgrade in the Dark Zone, picking up my DZ loot. So it's not like you'll never get an upgrade.
Right.
I don't want to give that impression because certainly play enough, you will. Or in fact, you don't play at all, like I haven't been, and then you come back and just pick up your Dark Zone loot after a week, and you get an upgrade.
That's right. That's always one way to go about it. One way to look at it. They reward you for not playing. I don't really want to say that part out loud, but yeah.
I don't know what the mechanic is there. There is a mechanic in Destiny, and I think you experienced it, and I know Horchata experienced it. I did not when I came back, but there is a mechanic in Destiny, or there was. Maybe they've removed it, but there was a mechanic in there that the longer it had been, and it was counting days, not playtime. The longer it had been since you got an exotic, the higher your chance of getting an exotic drop. And so, one strategy for getting exotics in Destiny 2 has always been take a few days off and come back, and good chance you'll get one. So, like, for those people who are
It's
hardcore enough that they've got their build locked down, but they're just hunting exotics, they often will take, like, play a day, then take 3 days off, then play a day, then take 3 days off. Just saying, maybe there
that's
is something
suppose
to it.
that's another way to game another system, I suppose. I don't know if I could. It's a weird way to do it. If that's the way it works, it's a strange way to do it. But I guess it does do that endorphin hit when you come back on. You get that exotic when you first log in after it's been a while.
Yeah. I think it's skeezy. My personal thought on that is it's a shady way to go about it. But you know,
Yeah, that is super
they're game
shady, honestly.
developers. I don't think they I don't know if they're super worried about being shady. I think they just want to sell games. So engage. Little pokeballs.
Not gonna climb up the wall on you. Oh, that's too bad.
I don't know why they didn't. Normally they would.
You know, an extra upgrade right here. We're gonna search for an upgrade. Little gear stash.
Super 90 is not an upgrade because it's a shotgun. I don't even have to look at it. At least not to any of my builds. It's not.
Nope. Still only carrying along with the one upgrade I got so far. Even the mods are teasing me. I tell you.
Mods, I would argue, it might be one of the best upgrades you can get at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably the bulk of the sources of upgrades I've had recently have been mods. Um, but no upgrade there. All right, so we are gonna jump. We'll do two more boxes here. We're gonna jump up to the archive. I'm gonna check. I will check just to make sure the piece in question because it's in my stash to see if wouldn't be an upgrade to a build I have, but it could potentially be an upgrade. It's the piece I'm hoarding and not using.
So because this is a build show to some extent, what kind of builds? Obviously, you have the 377, the 5, the skill build that you're doing and stuff like that. What kind of builds are you looking at down the line? Is since you said you're just hoarding some and it might be something to use. What are you kind of looking at now as options, as possibilities?
Well, um, this piece is definitely not. It has way better health on kill roll, but terrible armor roll by comparison. It is not an upgrade. Um, I think in future weeks we still have a couple of my builds we haven't done. I really
Mm-hmm.
want to do my rifle build, and then I think that would be a good time to talk about the Diamondback. Um, I played around with it a lot. Played around with it a lot. And then we still never did my LMG build, so we'll do that one. There's not, there are not really a lot of new builds that we haven't done yet that I really want to feature. I also have my Berserk build. We have not featured that, and that's a very work in progress build. Um, and it's the RNG has been me on for since the game came out.
Right.
I was gonna say for at least the last month, but it's not. It's for like ever. I've never gotten any of the pieces I would want for it. Um, but I have a serviceable Berserk build. It is very serviceable, very runnable. It's not great. But I think we'll talk about that. I do kind of want to put a so there's like a weird part of me that wouldn't mind putting together like an actual marksman build. I have no idea if it would even be good or not. Um, I feel like now with the state of skill builds, the marksman build would seem to be a good build to engage from a long distance and like back up your team from further back. But I feel like that's kind of been. I don't know that that's needed anymore. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
Yeah, the sniper builds or
the
the marksman
waste.
rifle builds are very situational. It comes in handy in like bank headquarters, whatever, in that last one where you're taking out the challenge and heroic content, and you have those snipers you're trying to take out. That sometimes the pokeballs that the skills are going with can't get too easy enough. So it's a situational
Right.
thing that it can come in handy.
It feels
But yeah, if
niche.
you're going for the high,
Um,
yeah, it no, it, I agree. I think it's really niche. If you're going for the high kills in a mission red light, trying to get the after item or after what's it called? After action report. Trying to
yeah.
dominate those stats, not going to happen with a marksman build.
Right. And so to me, I want to put one together because I've got the Nemesis and I've got a couple good sniper rifles. Um, but I'm not. I mean, I suppose I have the start of a maybe halfway decent. What is it? Aces and Eights build. I think a lot of people run that with a marksman rifle. So maybe potentially um, finish out that Aces and Eights build. But I just don't. I'm not feeling super confident that I like need to do it. So we'll see,
Mm-hmm.
Negan. I mean, we know we have at least 3 more builds we have to feature, and by then, who knows, man? Maybe the metal have changed. I mean, eventually they have to. They're gonna have to release an update to address this whole Loot 2.0 thing. Be interesting to see what they do. It'd also be interesting to see what they do when they, if and when they ever get this excursion thing sorted. I know they're working on that, and they were supposed to
And
add some sort of mode to it that makes it like really hard, like almost like a prestige mode or something. And then they didn't, but they said they are. That may require some different builds. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. How about you, Mr. Killjoy? What do you work? We've never featured any of your builds. Maybe we should feature one of your builds.
I copy you all the time. No, well, the unbreakable ones I'm working on, that's the one I'm looking for an upgrade right now. There's SMG builds I'm looking at just for fun. Again, kind
Hmm.
of I'm most of my builds, as we've discovered in the past, a lot of my builds are off meta. I do the ones that I just enjoy running, that I just enjoy playing. So there's that one,
Yeah.
and then there is same thing you are. I'm actually looking to make a playable or doable berserk build along the lines of something that I can run in the raid if we when I start getting back into the raid.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you mention that you were trying to build a Pokeball build too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
That's
starting to build out like the piece I got with the destructive I got tonight, and because I have seen, um, you're putting together you put together a pretty big one, and that seems to be what people are doing and tweaking that pretty well. So that's a fun little excursion as well. And I like skill builds. Goes back to, as we've mentioned before, my reclaimer days back in D1 or Div 1.
yeah. We got to build you a deck build
Mm-hmm.
for fun,
That should be the next one. That's going to be my next focus. I think it's probably some sort of healer build just to see what we can do.
and that's really just a
See,
case of getting the right mods.
mm-hmm.
Which of course aren't the mods. I'm not talking about the mods that come from these boxes. That's confusing. If if Negan's going to try and put together a healer build and he's going to need skill mods, then the place we need to be farming are faction boxes, of which all the faction boxes come with those kind of mods except the outcast boxes. The outcast boxes and these orange crates act exactly the same. Um, they all the faction boxes usually have a weapon and a skill mod, and all the orange crates have a piece of armor and a gear mod, except for the outcasts. For whatever reason, they have a piece of armor and a gear mod. So we need to
Got to
find
keep people guessing. Got to keep them guessing.
we need to find you a really some really good cooldown reduction mods for the hive, and
Mm-hmm.
some really good heal mods for the chem launcher, or heal mods for the survivalist healing pokeballs, one or the other.
Yeah, that would be a fun one. I haven't run that one yet. That would be a fun one to start running a little bit. I run survivalist, but I haven't done the healing portion of it yet. I think a lot of people kind of overlook that aspect of the survivalist.
Well, I think one thing's important to note about that, right, is it is healing, and if you look at it, it's really based on giving you a bunch of sustainability in terms of health, um, versus the drone, which of course is focused on armor repair, and the chem launcher, which
Mm-hmm.
is the great for keeping you in your like healing up your health. And so that's just something to think about. But I think you do well with that, man. And so if we got you some good CD cooldown reduction mods for the Pokeball, and got you some really good heal mods for the Pokeballs, and then got you two really good cooldown reduction mods for the Revive Hive, I think we'd be in business. You play our dedicated role healer, which I think would be fun.
Absolutely, I agree. And of course, there's also the still dragging for that little turret damage boost. So my turret becomes a Tommy the turret as well. It's little Tommy Junior right now. It's
Tommy the
not quite
Turret.
Tommy the
Yeah,
turret.
I love my Tommy the Turret. All right, so last box. Well, these hope you've been keeping track of where we've been going. Well, this will be the last box we do for tonight, and so this is one of my favorite ones. This is like a super fun little clown puzzle here. Not this, not that box. That box is there. It's actually up here. It's on this ventilation in this alleyway, and you have to climb up here. For those of you who haven't noticed, around the map there's these little rubber ducks. I just knocked one off of there. I don't know what they're for. I have no idea what they're for, but there's rubber ducks.
That's right. Everybody's calling it the big duck hunt. Is there's different ones. There's one that has a huge, like a big rubber duck surrounded by smaller rubber ducks, like a kind of a sacrificial type look to
Yeah.
it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's,
ASA
it's
reinforced
cool that they do that
vest.
occasionally.
17.5% headshot damage. Capacitive. 20,000 armor. Every time I see an Alp Summits thing come up, I get excited, right? Because as we talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
from an economy standpoint, that's what you're looking for. But alas, I don't need headshot damage, and not a useful piece for me. But anytime you see that Alp Summit, make sure you're checking it, whether it's purple or gold. Um, Same thing goes for the. Always check it. You never know. So, let's tally it up here, Negan. Can I get an upgrade? The answer for Burt, no. The game wins.
Game wins
Game wins
pretty
every
pretty
time. House
significantly.
wins.
House wins. If you're gonna bet on the house. Exactly. That's why you do it.
House
I got
wins.
the gun upgrade.
Burt's a loser.
Oh yeah. Well, we still like you, Bert. Still a good guy.
I know.
I mean, oh,
Just
I'm
because
sorry.
I
I mean, I'm
can't get
supposed
an
to say,
upgrade.
yeah, you're not a loser. You're a good guy. That's how I was supposed to lead with. Not a loser. You're not a loser. There we go. But I did get an upgrade, so I did get a point out of this whole deal. And the push on the future upgrade, future build, talking about the skill
You got a
builds and stuff like
future
that. So,
upgrade, and you got a point.
and I
So
got a
Negan can
point.
get an upgrade.
Yep, that's
Burt
right.
cannot get
Which
an
I think
upgrade.
not gonna get an upgrade today. So, but it's fun.
Can
It's
I get
doing
an
this stuff,
upgrade? No.
as we've talked about. Doing this stuff is kind of a good thing to do every now and then. It took 30 minutes, and we ran
Yep.
probably 20 plus crates is my count, right around there.
Yeah. Right around there. Yep.
So I got 20
Yeah,
drops, which
and
is
I
a
think
good thing.
about six or seven of those were orange crates, so 6 or 7 mod opportunities. The rest
Mm-hmm.
were basically armor and or weapon opportunities, and yeah, good stuff, man. I mean, I love these. These loot runs are fun. It's the probably the single biggest source of where most of my gear comes from, or has come from, and it's a great activity for the filthy casual. Uh, the person who's trying to
Which
put
we
together a dad build.
dad builds. That's right.
Um,
That's the new phrase. I forgot
dad
about that.
builds. Dad builds. These are dad builds. Put together a good dad build. Um, that's a good spot to get them. Doing those, just doing those crates, nice and easy, and yeah. So with that, after not getting an upgrade, not being able to get an upgrade, I think we're gonna close out. We'll come back next
Think
week.
so.
We'll go back to featuring a build next week. We'll give Can I Get an Upgrade a go off since since Negan already got an upgrade. And if you haven't,
Yeah, I just,
just as a reminder, if you have not, go go leave your current clan. They suck anyway. They don't like you. And go join an open
that's right.
level 17 to
Uh,
20 clan
they'll show you the
and
love. The
go buy
level
your
17s right now
15%
are
chest.
showing you nothing but love. Get that 15%
They
weapon
got
damage
nothing
from
but
a
love
clan
for you,
that likes
buddy.
you. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Which
Go
I
join
already
their
did. I
clan.
already got some 17 love, so I don't have to worry about that right now. So
Did I?
everybody
I
else
went
out
and
there,
bought 10 of them. Went and bought 10 of them. And so go buy yourself some level 15 chess pieces. You know you're going to get an upgrade there, and then just really hope that your old clan will forgive you and let you back in, and
as
or
Negan
stay with the
learned.
level 17 clan. I
Yeah.
suppose no single thing could be worse to do this week. I mean, if you really wanted to spoil somebody's week, somebody who's got a level 17 clan, you just go into their open clan and then do a bunch of stuff that gets XP and level them up beyond level 20.
Oh, jeez.
That would be pretty cruel. But yeah, not enough time left to do that. So, but reminder, the clan vendor. Well, probably by the time this is on YouTube, the clan vendor will no longer have the level 15 chess piece. But if you're watching it live, go get your level 15 chess piece or 15 weapon damage chess piece. I'm sure there'll be another great piece at a lower level clan vendor next week, because there seems to be one every week.
It's been 2 weeks in a row at least. Feels like,
Yeah, well,
or
and even
close
on
enough
weeks
that they've
when
been
there's
pretty
not
close.
good weapon damage, there was one a couple weeks ago that had like 27% armor on the chest. I went and got one of those. We need a week where there's like a 12% weapon damage backpack. That
Oh
would be
yeah,
pretty sweet.
yeah, that would be sweet.
Um,
There was also another week where was there like a 40,000 health or something like that piece that was out there?
yeah, 44,000 health, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
And I know I
So,
bought a backpack from there. This one didn't require you to leave your clan vendor. There was a week when there was a purple backpack at one of the DZ vendors that had 20.5% armor on a backpack, which I think is half a point off of max. So keep your eye on and keep your eye on Reddit to find out which low-level clan vendor can make your week, and make sure you go get your upgrades.
that's right.
And
Get
with
some
that,
upgrades. And feedback to the
that
massive developers. They are pretending, at least they're making the effort a little bit in the Reddit threads. So,
that's
you know,
true.
let them know what you think.
Yeah, let them know what you think. I've already expressed my displeasure. So,
Once you get over your displeasure, go back in there with a positive tone. Go back in there. Let them know.
hey man, I'm very I'm very civil in expressing
Absolutely.
my displeasure. So I
Absolutely.
didn't do it in a
What you
salty,
need to do.
nasty way. I did it in a kind, gentle, hey, get your stuff fixed kind of way. I didn't mince words, but I wasn't cruel or unkind. I get it. This kind of game takes a ton of effort. Not easy to make it all work. So I have nothing but love for those guys. But yeah, go get your upgrade. And with that, we will see ya later.
See ya.